When you think of the drug crisis, do you picture the 1960s counterculture? Today we reveal a critical fact. While drugs were unregulated until the early 20th century, the modern war on drugs actually began in 1971, with President Richard Nixon declaring drug abuse the public enemy number one. Before the 1970s, drugs like opium and cocaine were largely unregulated in the U.S., until acts like the Anti-Heroin Act of 1924. However, recreational use began rising dramatically in the late 1800s, setting the stage for future government intervention. In 1971, President Nixon launched an unprecedented effort to combat illegal drug use by greatly increasing penalties and enforcement. This declaration explicitly emphasized the role of law enforcement in combating trafficking, distribution, and sale. This initiative wasn't just about policy. It led to a massive increase in funding for drug control. Nixon's strategy focused heavily on incarceration for drug offenders, fundamentally changing how the justice system approached substance abuse. The impact ripples far beyond U.S. borders. New documents reveal that when Nixon launched this war in 1971, it set off a bloody chain reaction in Mexico as new enforcement tactics targeted cross-border trafficking. This precedent set by Nixon defined how political leaders approached drug abuse for decades. The focus shifted from education to aggressive law enforcement, prioritizing incarceration over treatment in the coming years. So, while drug use existed long before, Nixon's 1971 declaration created the framework for our current system. It prioritized punishment and enforcement over public health, shaping a legacy that continues to influence policy today. We've traced the roots of a global crisis back to a single declaration in 1971. What other historical events shape our current laws?